Sun, chariot of fire, burning with desire as he runs the race. Half light, the moon is always knowing.
Are you somebody that is constantly saying to yourself, I'm gonna lose them if I make space for me? I just don't want them to feel like I'm pushing them away. What if I lose them? What if they abandon me or reject me if I make this boundary? Are you someone that says, I just can't afford to speak up in this situation, or otherwise there's gonna be a conflict? Are you somebody that may prioritize doing things for other people because you think you can get something from them, that you can secure safety from them, that you can secure your relationship from them, that you can secure them not leaving you, that you can secure avoiding conflict with them? Are you somebody that convinces yourself that your boundary is just not important, just not necessary, just too much of a big deal? Oh, it's just so simple. Are you somebody that constantly adapts to how you can get what you want without actually voicing it to the other person? Or maybe even manipulates the situation in order to make it so you get what you want without actually having to voice your concern to them directly? If any of these things hit home, you are somebody that without a doubt struggles with making a boundary. And this video is going to be all about why boundaries are going to change your life. Why implementing boundaries into your relationships are going to make healthier relationships and are actually going to bring people closer to you than you ever thought before. First things first, why do we need boundaries? Why are boundaries even important in the first place? If you have a puffer fish that has very specific needs and wants and desires, and you try to get it to date a red-tailed hawk, and that red-tailed hawk is literally picking it up in its beak and lifting it up into the air and flying away with it all merrily and happily. That pufferfish can adapt for a little while, but it's gonna be dead in a hot second. Let's give another example. Let's say we have a dolphin in some kind of relationship, family or romantic or friend or otherwise, with a bat. And when that dolphin tries to fly, it gets seriously injured. Whereas when the bat starts to fly low to the ground and the dolphin starts to come up for air and jump up, they can actually fly in the same direction at a relatively similar level and spend some time together without either of them getting hurt. You may want to find someone who is also like a dolphin and is going to get right up in the water with you and play with you underwater and go so deep. Maybe you're a turtle and maybe you have a nice hard shell, and maybe you like to spend a lot of time alone, and maybe you like to spend time in the water, on the beach, in the forest. And so you have a lot more options if you understand these things about yourself. When we look at the animal kingdom, there's so many different things about each specific animal. One animal is okay with this, one animal eats this, one animal can't have this. Sometimes, a flower can't have too much sunlight, and sometimes it loves the sun. Sometimes it's a shade flower, sometimes it's a sunflower. We need to understand that nature is a perfect representation of the unique diversity of a human being. We too are as different and have as different needs to the world around us. And those needs come from, I have a different nervous system than other people. I can contain different amounts of sensitivity or different amounts of hardness. I have a different brain type than other people. You need to really cater to how you and this other person actually fit together. How you can actually fit side by side and harmoniously without anybody giving anything up. And it becomes a discussion when you put out a boundary where it's not like, okay, well, I want this thing, so you're screwed. It's like, well, look, this is a thing where I really can't feel good unless I have it this way. But how do you want things? And how is this thing either in your best interest or out of your best interest when I put it that way to you? And you can give people a chance to really talk to you about how they would like things as well, how you would like things, and how those things can fit together or not fit together in a way that is genuine and there is no form of compromise involved. What you want to do is you want to say, this is what I need to feel good about myself. This is what I need in my energy. And then you put it to them, what do you want? Or you put it to them, if that doesn't work for you, just let me know and you can go do something else with your energy. And we don't have to see eye to eye here, but we also don't have to be enmeshing each other in our energies at the same time. A boundary line is literally just a genuine message from yourself saying, this is what I want and need in order to be my authentic self, in order to feel safe, in order to feel secure, in order to feel energetically nourished, in order to feel like I am meeting the potential that I have set out for this life, in order to feel like I am feeding in my truest version, and in order to feel like the relationships in my life support me instead of eat at me. You need to really practice creating boundaries over small periods of time. Start with little boundaries and little practicing of voicing these things, because when you're someone that has been really bad at boundaries, it's gonna be hard for you to start just making boundaries with people, especially the bigger ones. You can start by voicing your opinion and voicing what you want and voicing things that are a yes for you and a no for you over small periods of time. And something's gonna start happening. The people that really are your tribe, that really work with you, are gonna come closer to you. They're gonna feel more seen, and you're gonna give them permission to say more boundaries themselves. And you're gonna have a more intimate, authentic relationship with that person. And the people that really wanted you around just so you could self-sacrifice all the time and be a doll for them and be everything they want, they're probably gonna leave. And that's a good thing at the end of the day, no matter how much it hurts, because the people that don't want to work with you or can't work with you, because there is a difference, you need to set them free and they need to set you free in order to create space for the right people and the right tribe to come in, because you deserve the people in your life that are going to fit you perfectly. And there are so many people out there, and we need to figure out who we fit in with and who we don't fit in with. And we can start doing that by making strong boundaries in our relationships. A boundary is not you being an asshole. A boundary is not you being selfish. A boundary is simply, this is what I need in order to feel XYZ. And this is what I want in order to feel XYZ. This is what I like and this is what I don't like. And how do you feel about that? And what do you want? And how do we work and how do we not work? It's not a, this is how I feel, so fuck you. It's, this is how I feel, how do you feel? Can we find a way that we both don't have to take any shit in order to work together, but in order to work together harmoniously in a way that is actually healthy and genuine? When you are creating codependency and you're not having boundaries in your relationships, that can be the very reason that you're pushing people away. Codependency is a form of narcissistic strategy, but it's a form of narcissistic strategy where I'm doing these things for them and I'm adapting myself for them in order to get something. Whereas narcissists are just like upfront, hey, this is what I want, can you do it? Or sometimes they're really rude about it. But either way, whether you're a codependent or a narcissist, narcissism is at the core of these adaptive strategies. And when you're using codependency, it builds a lot of resentment for the other person. You start to feel like the other person is a narcissist, that it hurts you and doesn't care about your well-being, and you're silent about what you like and what you don't like all the time, and you're projecting onto them that they should just know. When you do this, you end up pushing people farther away, and you end up building more and more walls around that person because you're not actually being brave enough to really let them in to see you. If you have all of these walls in front of you, in between you and them, and your core truth is at the center of that, and they don't know what that is, it's literally like you pushing them away and holding them at bay and saying, please don't get close to me because I'm terrified of you, I'm terrified you'll leave, I'm terrified that you don't actually love me the way that I am. And so when we can start allowing ourselves to be honest with people and be real with people, no matter how scary it is and no matter how much our authentic truth may be picked at by people, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna bring people closer and give them permission to get closer to us. And at the end of the day, this is what you're desperately craving and wanting, is people to come close to you. But you're not craving them to get close to the mirage of you, the doll of you. You are craving them to get close to your deep core, juicy truth. You're craving deep and real intimacy, and you have to be brave enough to create that for yourself and lead other people and guide other people to create that with you as well.